Look, you've probably tried journaling already. You bought a notebook, you wrote a few lines, you felt productive for exactly 7 minutes. Then life happened, you missed a day, and now that notebook is just sitting there like it's judging you. And the annoying part is you still want the benefits. You want your head to be quieter. You want to stop overthinking the same things. You want to sleep without your brain doing a full documentary series on your mistakes. But journaling feels hard to keep up, or awkward, or pointless, or you don't know what to write, so you write nothing. This video is going to fix that. I'm going to show you a journaling system that takes 5 minutes, doesn't require motivation, and actually changes how you think day to day. You'll know exactly what to write, when to write it, and how to make it stick even if you're inconsistent. And there's one part near the middle that most people never do. It's the difference between journaling as venting and journaling that actually makes your life feel easier. Once you use it, you'll feel it immediately. The real reason you quit? Here's the thing. You don't quit journaling because journaling doesn't work. You quit because you're trying to do it like a good student. You sit down thinking you need to write something deep, something smart, something that sounds like a book. So you stare at a blank page and your brain goes, "We're not doing homework right now," and you reach for your phone instead. Or you only journal when you're in a mood, which means your journal becomes a place where you panic, vent, spiral, and then you feel worse. So you avoid it. Or you make the classic mistake. You think journaling is about being consistent. So you miss a few days and your brain does that dramatic thing like, well, it's ruined now. Might as well never journal again. It's like missing one gym session and deciding your body is permanently broken. Pretty simple, actually. You're not failing journaling. You're failing the way you're doing it. And the fix is not discipline. The fix is using a structure so small and so obvious that you can do it even when you don't feel like it. Because if journaling depends on your mood, you won't do it when you need it most. The 5-minute system that doesn't feel cringe. This is the whole method. 5 minutes. That's it. Not because 5 minutes is magical, because 5 minutes is hard to argue with. If you don't have time for 5 minutes, be honest. You don't have a time problem. You have an avoidance problem. Set a timer. For the first part, you do a dump. You write whatever is loud in your head, whatever keeps returning, whatever is taking space. No filter, no structure, no Dear Diary. Messy is good. Messy means real. If you don't know what to write, you start with one sentence and let it pull the rest out. Right now I'm thinking about, and you just go. Most people don't realize this, but the main benefit of journaling isn't self-improvement. It's unloading mental weight. Your brain keeps repeating thoughts because it's scared you'll forget them. Writing is proof you won't. That's why you feel lighter after a good journal session, even if your life didn't change yet. But here's where almost everyone stops. They dump their thoughts, feel a little better, close the notebook, and the next day the same problems are back. So here's the part that makes journaling actually work long-term. The last minute is a single line. One line that turns journaling from "I wrote feelings" into "My life is moving." The line that changes everything. This is the line. You write, "Next step." Not a plan, not a life reset, not a motivational speech. One next step that a tired person would actually do. Next step, send the message I'm avoiding. Next step, open the document and write the first paragraph. Next step, book the appointment. Next step, put my clothes out and wake up earlier. Next step, stop pretending this situation will magically fix itself. One small move. Because clarity without action turns into more overthinking. Action turns clarity into relief. And this is the part people skip because it removes your excuses. When you write the next step, you can't pretend you're confused anymore. You're not confused, you just don't like the obvious answer. So now you've got a system. 4 minutes dump, 1 minute next step. And yes, it sounds too simple. That's why it works. Complicated systems are for people who like planning more than doing. When to do it so it actually helps. Now here's the part that decides whether this improves your life or just becomes another thing you should do. Timing. Most people try to journal in the morning because that's what the internet says. Morning journaling is fine if you're that person. But if you're not a morning person, you're not going to become one because of a notebook. So pick a time that already exists in your day. Right after you brush your teeth, right when you get home and sit down for a second, right before bed. And the bedtime one is underrated for a reason, because your brain loves to dump everything on you when the lights go off. Suddenly, you remember every responsibility you have, every awkward thing you said, and every future scenario your brain wants to panic about. A 5-minute journal before bed is like telling your brain, I wrote it down, you don't need to keep looping it. You're basically giving your mind permission to stop holding everything. And if you struggle with sleep sometimes, this doesn't cure anything serious. I'm not doing that clickbait thing. But it absolutely reduces the mental noise that keeps a lot of people awake. And quieter nights create better mornings. That's the chain. What to write when your mind goes blank. Now, you're going to sit down some days and your brain will pretend it has nothing to say. Meanwhile, it's been talking all day. So you need a few starter questions that don't feel like therapy homework. Here's one that always works. What's taking energy from me right now? Not what happened. What's draining you? Here's another. What am I avoiding? This one is uncomfortable, which is why it's useful. You'll realize you're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding the feeling you'll have while doing it. And once you name the feeling, it loses power. Here's another. What am I pretending I don't know? This is the truth question. And you don't have to write an essay. One honest sentence is enough. Like, I'm not busy, I'm distracted. Or, I keep saying I want peace, but I keep choosing chaos. Or, I don't miss them. I miss the version of me that felt wanted. Yeah, that one stings a little. Good. That's how you know you hit something real. And once you hit something real, the next step line becomes obvious. That's why this works as a system. One part feeds the next. The part that keeps people hooked on their own journal. Here's something nobody tells you. The reason journaling becomes a phase for most people is because they never get a payoff. They write random thoughts, feel slightly better, then nothing changes. So you need one more piece that makes it feel like progress. Once a week, you do a 2-minute review. You read the last few entries and look for repeats. Same stress, same complaint, same fear, same pattern. And the moment you see a pattern, you stop feeling like life is randomly attacking you. You start seeing what's actually happening. Oh, I always feel anxious after I scroll at night. Oh, I always procrastinate when the task involves judgment. Oh, I keep getting irritated because I'm overcommitted. Oh, I'm not unlucky in relationships. I keep choosing the same type of person. That's the real value. Not writing, seeing. Once you see, you can adjust. And when you adjust, your journal stops being a diary. It becomes a control panel. That's when people start sticking to it without forcing it, because the journal is giving them something back. How this will actually feel in real life. If you do this for a week, you won't turn into a different person. You'll just feel lighter. You'll notice you don't spiral as long. You'll catch yourself before you react. You'll stop carrying the same thoughts all day like a backpack full of rocks. And you'll start making moves faster, because the next step line trains your brain to stop romanticizing planning. You'll still have problems. You'll just deal with them like you're in control, instead of like you're being dragged behind your own mind. That's the goal. Not becoming perfect, just becoming clearer. Do the 5-minute system tonight. Dump what's loud. Then write, next step, and make it small. That's journaling that actually works. If you want more videos like this, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.